My guest is Rosemary Doyle from Theatre Kingston. Hi, how
Hi,
you doing?
great to have me back.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Glad you're here.
Yeah.
So you got some good stuff coming up.
Oh, we do.
Okay, so you got another play starting
Another
soon.
play
You've
starting.
just finished one, and now you're just about ready to launch another. Tell me about
we're
it.
in rehearsals for it.
Okay.
And it's called Parents' Night, and it's by George F. Walker, and it's about a teacher who has two parents coming in separately for interviews because of problems that their kids are having. And then you quickly realize that the real problems are the parents. So it's quite fun.
Right.
And George F. Walker, he's quite an amazing playwright from Toronto. You might have heard of him before, but he's quite famous about doing these kind of dysfunctional relationship kind of things, but very funny.
Which
very
are
funny.
way more interesting.
Yeah, who wants to see a play about functional people?
That's right. Yeah, where everybody's nice and all the rest.
No, that's called a board meeting.
Anyway. That's right. That's committees. Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So that starts soon.
That's on the 14th of March,
Okay.
but you've got lots of chances to see it because it goes until the 29th of March.
Oh, that's good.
So I've got a couple of weeks there. And we're not doing this one in the Baby Grand. We're doing it in the TET Center.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's quite fun because the TET Center kind of looks like a school already.
It does.
You know, so it's got that kind of feel of walking through the halls, and it's the appropriate place to do this show. So
sounds good.
Yeah.
So is it? So you prefer working there or the ground, or just?
No, our office is there, so it's kind of convenient.
Sure.
And it's fun. But both venues have you have to find the right show for the thing. Like I did Ian at the TET Center a number of years ago because it was about a cottage in Ireland and it had all those lovely limestone walls. So it kind of worked. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And then you've got something for children, which is really interesting. Tell me about that.
Yes. We're offering our Play in a Week camp and our Film in a Week camp. So this March break is going to be the Film in a Week camp. But in the summer, we alternate. 1 week is Play in a Week, and 1 week is Film in a Week. And I'm the instructor on that. Wow. So it's me and up to a maximum of 10 kids. And on the first day, we figure out what we want our play or our film to be about, and we figure out the script, what we're going to do. I also, for the Play in the Week camp, I teach them all the fundamentals of theater, like downstage, upstage, what all the different kind of terminology, like the blacks are, what a line is, and like all the stuff that you should know going into doing any form of theater. And then we discuss the genres of shows and what type of show they would like to do themselves. And then we write down all the notes about that and what they want their characters to be. So I once had a kids play, they all wanted to be pirates except one guy who wanted to be Spider-Man. So in the middle of the pirate play, we had him dreaming about being Spider-Man. So it was quite fun. I can adapt it to whatever the kids want. So I take everything that the kids want. I go home that night, I write something to spec for what they want. And then we spend the rest of the week doing everything we need to do to put on the play. So we do the costumes, we do the set, we rehearse our lines, we figure it all out. And then we put the show on the Friday.
And then and the parents and all that, of course, parents and grandparents are filling the audience.
Yeah, exactly. They come in and see the show, and we also videotape that one, so they get a copy of it. Oh. And then for the Film in a Week camp, we do the same thing, but in a different genre. So we go around with our camera, because you can do amazing things with camera phones now. So we go around and we figure out what our script is, and then we break it into scenes, and then we find location. We do location scouting around the area, or we build sets if we have to. We figure out costumes. We do all that. We learn our lines in little chunks rather than the whole play. And then we figure out editing, and the kids get to see what they've done on film before we put it all together and kind of figure out this part to that part. And they can see how when you're doing something and then you look at the camera, you've wrecked the tape. Right? So they can see why it's a different sort of, it's a different type of medium.
I wouldn't have thought of that, but you're right. Yeah.
And the little things like if I do this, it looks bad in film.
Right.
You know, it looks. What are you doing? I just did that for dramatic effect.
Right.
But
yes. To get
but
the
yeah,
point.
so I'm actually learning a lot about acting on camera too, just by teaching this show.
And these children, what age are they?
School age, so I'll take anyone from like 5 if they're kind of precocious, all the way up to like 12, 13.
Wow, my
Yeah.
goodness, that's a real cross section. 10 of them at a time,
Maximum.
maximum 10.
Usually it's about 5,
Oh,
6.
okay.
Yeah,
Now-
it's, you know.
Now, how long have you been doing these? Number of years now?
I've been doing them since the Red Sandcastle Theatre, so I've been doing them since 2011.
Oh, my goodness. So
Yeah.
have any of the kids you had in this program, have they progressed into, did they get the bug?
Yeah, well, a lot of, yes.
They
yes,
did.
definitely. Some have. And one of the really fun things is a lot of, especially when I was up in Toronto doing the show, like we did 10 years of it, of the Play in a Week camp at the Red Sandcastle. I'd had kids that came when they were 5 and then did them every single year of their life.
Right.
Until they decided, you know, they wanted to do other things when they were teenagers. But even at 13, they were like, can I come back? You know, so 'cause we just have so much fun. And every week is a different show. So every week is kind of a new experience. Yeah.
What kind of kid should take this?
Uh,
The ones who need to come out of their shell, the ones who are a little precocious to start with?
I
or-
would say all of those.
Yeah?
All of those.
Okay.
Because the real thing about this camp is the way that I've structured it, it's very empowering for the kids. Because they all are very invested because they get to decide what character they want to play and what the show is. Like they're very, very fundamental to the show itself. So they feel invested. So that I have parents coming and saying, I can't believe it. They came back from the day of camp and they were studying their lines. And they're like, well, do you want to go out to a movie? They're like, no, I'm doing my lines. I'm learning my script, Mom.
I'm an
like, what are you
actor.
doing? I'm an actor. I have to go to thing. And they'd be like, the parents would be like, I can't believe it. My kid's always late for everything. And this one, she's up early going, come on, we have to get to camp. The rehearsal's starting. I'm in rehearsal. You know, it's very much like a troupe, so it's fun.
That's fun.
I find it's fun to be doing that and doing Parents' Night because Ian Malcolm, who taught drama at KCVI for years, is the director of that. And being
Okay, so he knows.
he really knows what the parent-teacher relationship is all about, and it's quite a lovely juxtaposition of watching him. I'm actually stage managing that one.
Okay.
So I'm in rehearsal, but I have to keep my mouth shut, which is quite, yeah.
And when you're used to being a director, that
Yeah,
must
it's
be
hard.
Right. You know,
I bow myself down to stage managers now. They're fantastic people. Yeah.
tell me what the difference is between a director and a stage manager.
Well, the director watches the show and is kind of the ultimate audience member. So the director is there to say, are you boring me? Like, what are you guys doing? Do I understand what the show is about? Like, can I hear you? Can I see you? Is this interesting? What ways can it be more interesting? Like, we help bring out the best performance in the performers. So whatever character there are. Are you playing something that helps the other character tell the story? Are we telling the story? Are we creating the moods in the room of to make the audience understand what the story is about and to feel the way that we want them. So they're kind of the coordinator of the artistry, right?
Okay. And then just before opening night, the director's role is done. It's done.
Yeah, we're done. Opening night, the director doesn't get to say anything more. Now the stage managers, they're in rehearsal to make sure that people take their breaks when they're supposed to take their breaks. We write down the blocking. We are there to assist with when people say line, when they don't know what they're supposed to say. We have to come in and be following on book, which is a complete skill, I must say. Because when you're reading along on the script and then suddenly you take 5 seconds, you kind of daydream about something because the actors have been doing such a great job, and then they yell a line, and you're like, oh.
Oh dear, where were we here?
But the really good ones never get distracted like that. They're like right there, and they're managing it all, and they're fantastic. And they make sure that everybody knows when rehearsal is, what people are going to be working at. They're the behind the scenes person that makes everything look like it just happened.
Right. So
And then-
they make it run smooth after the director steps away.
Exactly. And then
Wow,
after the
okay.
show happens, they make sure that all the props are taken care of, that anything that happens, they manage, like a restaurant manager does.
Okay.
A restaurant manager isn't the waiter necessarily, but make sure that the waiters and the cooks and everybody has everything that they need to do the best job for for the audience
Oh.
in this case.
Now I know.
Yeah.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
it's
much.
fun.
That was great. So this is, tickets are available, and where can kids start looking into
You can just email me at rosemary@theatrekingston.com.
to find out more about the
Yeah,
camp?
and if you want to have a quick little phone call with me, I'm fully available to do that anytime people want.
Okay.
Yeah,
so-
or just send me
okay.
an email. I can write it out.
Okay.
It's kind of easier for me if you just phone me and talk to me because people have different questions. And
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. And,
okay.
and this one coming up on the 14th, tickets available through the TET Center this time.
no, the tickets are available from the Grand Theater
They're
box
still
office.
available, Grand Theater.
Yeah, Grand
Okay.
Theater box office.
Okay.
I decided to make it streamlined this year so that
Yeah.
people don't have to keep memorizing new places to get tickets.
Indeed.
You know, we're Kingston. We know where to get tickets at
We
the
sure
Grand.
do. Yeah,
Yeah,
at the Grand.
yeah.
Well, thank you. And this looks like great projects. Thanks for coming in to
Thank
tell
you.
me about them.
And thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to do so.
Anytime.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.